Live from DNHQ in beautiful South Pasadena, California, this is the Blue Heaven Podcast. What's going on, Dodgers Nation? My name is Clint. You can find me as Real FRG on Twitter and Instagram. Stuck to the script.
Great introduction. Perfect. Spot on. Read it word for word without even looking at it. Love it. Guys, my name is Brooke. You can find me at BrookeMe3 on Twitter and Instagram. On today's show, have you thrown a no-hitter this year?
I'm working on it.
You're about to. My no-hitter's next week. Apparently, everybody gets a no-hitter this year. And a lot of people have some thoughts on it, including our very own Clayton Kershaw and our very own Dave Roberts. We'll get into that. We want to talk to you guys about that. We want to know your thoughts and feelings and emotions on that because it's important. Also, as always, it's Thursday. Yeah. Every Thursday, we do Throwback Thursdays with Vintage Brand.
Yeah.
The one, the only. Vintage Brand.
So we'll figure that out. I haven't heard from Gail. Gail was supposed to be a part of it, but I think Gail started drinking. So we'll see how that turns out.
We've been there.
Home cooking is good for the soul and good for the Dodgers because the Dodgers have done well on this homestand. Sure, they got one more game to play, but we're probably going to win it. Just, I don't know. Josh Reddick's in the lineup. We'll see. We'll figure it out. And we got to finally talk about and wonder and opine on how real those San Francisco Giants are because they seem to be good, allegedly.
Yeah, I've heard good things about those boys up north.
All that and a whole lot more on today's edition of Blue Heaven Podcast. But we got to remind you this is also a podcast, so subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Pandora, everywhere your podcasts are available for free. Do it now.
Right now. We'll wait. We'll sit here. We'll wait.
And
we won't really wait.
Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Hit that notification bell. Will pop up in your box.
Guys, don't forget this is a live show. We are here in the flesh. We want to hear from you. We want to talk to you guys. We want to know where you're repping Dodgers Nation tonight. So make sure to jump into the comments. Let us know. We got Richard Hooker, Mr. Dick Hooker in the chat.
Long-time friend of the show.
Richard, always good to see you. Richard's checking in from Lancaster. Says, let's go Dodgers. Braulio over in the 555. In the Heezy. I don't know where the 559 is. It's over
somewhere
there.
It's that way.
Yeah. Base Lord on YouTube checking in says, my boys, wow, you two look so handsome today.
Thanks,
Us?
Base Lord. Base Lord also asked, will Pine Tar help me run faster? I don't know, but if we're going to try it on anybody, I would hope to try it on Albie Pujols. Because the boy's a little slow.
Would you put it on your feet?
I don't know. I guess better on your cleats.
I don't think that would work.
I think you got to put it on your cleats.
I don't know.
Alyssa says, I'm assuming happy Thirsty Thursday. Yes. Brooke isn't drinking with me today, though.
I'm a second vaccine boy right now, so I'm on death's doorstep.
We're very proud of you. Welcome.
I am knocking.
Welcome to the... Yeah, he struggled busting a little bit. But look at that. Look at the determination. You're here on your death seat.
This is like Jordan's flu game. Second vaccine podcast, Jordan's flu game, about the same.
Pretty much. Alyssa's in Cambridge, Massachusetts, by the way. Isaac's checking in 909 Big Bear. We got Matthew repping from Downey. Lovely Downey, California. Juice Narrow says Dodgers gonna bust on the Giants this weekend. Well, that's we're getting a little kinky on that one.
After dark.
Kevin apparently lost $170. How?
He just lost it. He just can't find it.
Did you misplace it?
Kevin, did you check under the thing?
Was it that Dodge coin?
Dogecoin, yeah.
as they say, Gogus. It's Friday Eve. It is Friday Eve, and for some people who are listening on the podcast side, it is Friday day. But it's also a day where there could be another no hitter because why not? What are your thoughts on that, real quick? Go ahead. Well,
what are we at? 6 no hitters plus
6.5 no hitters
plus the Mad Bum questionable, which it sounded to me like Kershaw was like, "Hey, that's a no hitter."
It
sounded like it had tones of it.
I mean,
I would like to ask him that now because no one asked him.
Yeah, he wouldn't answer.
He wouldn't answer it.
But I don't know. I mean, like, those are the rules. You know, that's something that was put in place.
Notable accomplishment.
It was something that was instituted by MLB and Rob Manfred to make these stupid 7-inning games, which, by the way, I do love for a doubleheader. But if you have these instances where, you know, somebody does something meaningful, now all of a sudden it's supposed to have less value, or, you know, he didn't get a no-hitter. I'd say technically he did, but I don't know what a special occurrence is. I mean, I don't even know if a no-hitter is a special occurrence anymore when you have 6 of them in less than 2 months of the season.
All-time records for no-nos in a single season is 7. We have 6 in May.
Just the way you drew it up.
Are we gonna top 7?
I
mean,
don't
look,
know, man.
no-hitters are very difficult, and it's entirely possible that we don't. I mean, we could have 0 no-hitters for the rest of the year, and then would it feel balanced? Would it feel normal? Or is it just because they're all happening at one time? But also, maybe we have 12 of them this year.
How many no-hitters do you think are going to happen this year? You guys let us know in the comments below. But yeah, it's kind of devaluing them for me.
The big question is this good for baseball? Because right now, you have, I believe, like the worst offensive numbers in baseball history happening right now, if I am correct about that, and that is with like a couple of real outliers leaning it on the good side of it. You got Mike Trout who's tearing the cover off the ball. You got a bunch of guys who are really producing, and you're still having one of the worst offensive seasons ever. And obviously, Dodgers fans have gotten, we have recognized it. We have recognized that there is something different this year.
To be fair, 6 no-hitters between 3 teams. And they're really, really bad teams. Rangers have been no-hit twice. Twins twice? Is that what it is?
There was
the Mariners.
There was a thing that was like the Rangers in their new ballpark have had somebody win a division series there, a championship series there, a World Series there, throw a no-hitter there, and none of it was the Rangers.
Isn't Corey Seager still like the
home run leader?
Yeah, the home run hitting leader at that ballpark.
Good for him. Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is good for baseball. I think the no-hitter used to mean something. Like what's happening now, it feels like it could gravitate towards devaluing Kershaw's no-hitter in 2014. But that was a different era. It was a different time. Now, I don't know. Maybe they're not a dime a dozen, but maybe they're a quarter a dozen.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I don't know. It's this monetary value. What does it mean to you, all of these no-nos?
I mean, I like pitching duels.
Brendan, hold on. I'll say Brendan corrects me. It's Indians twice, not the Twins. My bad. Go ahead. Do you like them?
Wow. I don't think that you should have this many so early in a season. And I say that because obviously the record's 7. We're at 6 right now. We should never be near that number at this point in the season. If you want to have 10 in a season, like, okay. But, I mean, we're on pace now I think somebody did the math and we're on pace to have like 60 or something crazy, something ridiculously over the top. Because of that, I do think it does devalue it a little bit. And it's tough. I mean, everybody knows in baseball, it's a major accomplishment. It's really difficult to get to no-hit another team, no matter what ball you're using. Even in the dead ball era, it was difficult to no-hit. But now you're at a different point where it's like, hey, people are hitting like we still have the juice ball, have not changed their approach, and are now using we'll call it less juice ball? I don't know. I don't know what you want to call it.
Deadened pelota.
So it's going to probably take a year for people to adjust, and then by then we'll probably go back to the juice ball. So I don't think it's good. Kershaw had said that he thought that they missed their mark on it.
Yeah. One person who very much does not like it and is it's always nice to hear Kersh slam MLB a little bit, is your World Series champion Clayton Kershaw. Let's hear from Kershaw, friend of the show, Clayton Kershaw, right now. It didn't work. Hold on, I know what happened.
You pressed that one.
Yeah, I had to press the button
instead of the button.
What do you think's going on in baseball to make this happen?
Well, it's not good. I'll tell you that. I think whatever the intention was with the new ball or whatever it may be, it really hasn't done anything. There might be less home runs, which I guess they want, but I don't know the stats on all that. But I do know the strikeouts are the same, and I think I saw some stats for April that it was the worst hitting month in the history of something. So no hitters are cool, and I have all the respect in the world for Corey Kluber and Bum and all those guys that have thrown no hitters. But to have one happen every night, it seems like is probably not good for the game. Fans want to see some hits, and I get that, and some action, and not many people striking out. So I appreciate the attempt that MLB has tried to do, but I think seems like they missed the mark so far. We'll see. I don't know.
So when you have a pitcher, not just a pitcher like Clayton Kershaw who says, hey, there's not enough offense happening right now, and I think it's bad for baseball. You know that you screwed up. I think that baseball had every intention of making the game more fun. I think they had every intention of hoping the ball got put in play more, thus more action, thus more entertaining for fans, hopefully bringing more fans into the sport. However, I don't know what they did. Can we even necessarily say that it's the ball? I don't even know at this point. Obviously, the approach has changed. The approach has definitely changed. And I think that's something that Dave Roberts has talked about. That's something a couple of the guys have already talked about, where it's like, hey, you know, pitchers are living up in the zone, and they're attacking the holes in batters that are going for loft, and they're going for launch angle, and they're trying to hit the ball out. And, you know, hitting the ball on the ground is not something that we do now. I don't know if there's a solution. That's the tough part.
It really does not feel like there's a solution right now. You can't rejuice the ball. There are a few good comments here. I mean, I'm assuming there's a lot of good comments, so let's dig into the comments right now. I saw somebody say that we should give Puppy Butt 310 said full circle, let hitters start using steroids again to even the playing field. I would love that. That would be phenomenal.
Albert Pujols on steroids. Oof.
He might play like he's only 40.
Get his feet back.
Our boy Dick Hooker bopping in again, saying messing with the game has been around for 100 years and it's stupid. Throws off a mound. It's unfair. I don't even know what there was too many words to read, but I'm assuming he's mad about something.
Aren't we all?
Thank you, Rich.
Every single one of us.
What else we got? We got any good ones in there?
I've seen this one, and this is an argument that people have brought up. Luke Fishman says over on Periscope, says move the mound back, ? And that's something that they're experimenting with at the deep independent level.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
It just seems like it's going to lead to more pitcher injuries, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's something that we're already having a really big problem with. I mean, you look at the number of arms that have gone down this year alone, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's an issue. I think that's something we probably need to fix. Obviously, you can't move the mound closer. You can't really raise the mound. I think that what was the last adjustment to the mound? Was it lowering it? That was the last adjustment. We haven't moved it around much since then, if at all. So
it's like the 60s, or I think it was. I forget.
It was Bob's.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not in my old.
I think Bauer had said something about. He was asked about it. He was like, "I think you would actually see less offense," and they were like, what? And it's like, you have more time for the ball to break. And he's like, you'll see people get away from the fastball. And he's like, because if you have more time to react, I mean, you're just going to get clobbered.
Which probably means more injuries, because they're going to be trying to throw up more, like they're going to be trying to throw up damn wiffle balls, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't know that there's a right answer. I think that they have messed with the balls too much. I think that's one thing. I think if you're going to at least, settle on something, just go with it rather than bouncing back and forth between juice balls and non-juice balls every year, because then you don't know how to have an approach.
Yeah, to go this route, coming off a 60-game season, change the baseball where you have this air quote fly ball revolution still happening, the launch angle, which is an overused bit of terminology there. It probably was a terrible time to do it, much like Kirsch said, what their plan was isn't happening. You just came off the worst offensive month in the history of baseball, or in a history of a long time in baseball. And, these fly balls that would have been out last year with some of these are now just easy little fly outs on the morning track, because people aren't going to adjust. The batters aren't going to – you can't just adjust your swing if you've been built to now almost uppercut it. You're not going to get that old-school line drive, try to backspin the ball. Not everybody is Mike Trout, who did go back to a more traditional swing and was tearing the cover off the ball until his leg decided it didn't like him anymore.
Oof. Did you hear his description of when he felt his injury?
No, it sounds terrifying.
He said it felt like he got hit in the leg with like a rock. Which is usually an Achilles injury, but I guess he only got the Anthony Davis calf.
Lucky boy. Gogus on YouTube says juice balls brings more fans, and that's kind of the goal. Like Trevor Bauer likes to say, baseball is in the arena of entertainment. Make the game entertaining. Pitchers are just getting too good now too, and all of it doesn't work. You got dead ball era 2.0 happening right now, and tis what it is. I don't like it. Anthony says ban the shift. That's another part of it. It's a different part of it. I mean,
it's different.
Maybe Pujols might have another couple of hits if they didn't have that shift where somebody's playing in short left field on him. It's funny. It's painful watching.
He got thrown out
Albert
from the
try to
left
run.
field pavilion.
Yeah, we got a few people saying move the mound back. I don't know about how. It just doesn't feel right to me to move the mound back. It sounds very dumb. Not to say you're dumb. I just don't personally.
But your ideas
like
are.
The idea that people have pitched is less good. Swag Daddy McGee, to shift gears here a minute, brings up the fact that Josh Reddick. Whatever, they all look the same. Josh Reddick is in the lineup tonight for the awful Snakes. And anybody going to the Dodger game tonight, I don't know why you're listening to us right now, but if you're at the game tonight, make sure you boo just the absolute shit out of him, because I hate that man.
It's cool that he's a snake on the Snakes. It's pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
Good for him. Love that for him.
All right, moving on a little bit here.
I would love to fight him. Oh, my God.
He's on your catch hands list like, what, 3, 4, 5 times?
He's probably up to 6 now, man. I mean, since he got demoted to the minor leagues, it was kind of harder to make fun of him.
He was always a minor league player. He just had a big league contract that they were beholden to.
He's the worst.
So, looking at what we've just gone through, the Dodgers, it's something they call success.
Never heard of that.
This has been a very, very good and very, very much needed homestand. After what they went 2-8 on the road trip or something like that.
I don't know. They had lost 15 of 20. So
yeah,
before
they were bad.
Home.
And now they're feasting on home cooking. They've won 7 of 8 at home. There's one more game happening in about an hour and a half. David Price is the opener / starter for your Dodgers, going up against, I don't even know. I don't think
Merrill Kelly.
Okay, Diamondbacks do have like 3 or 4 pitchers they can throw out there. My question with that is, I mean, a lot of the struggles happened on the road, but it also happened at a point where everything that could go wrong was going wrong for the Dodgers. So are they a bad road team, or did they just happen to end up on the road at a bad time? What do you think?
I think it was more of that. Just wrong time.
More of the latter?
You look at, what was the play? Pujols' little bloop single over the, first of all, that guy's name is Pavin, and I can't get over that. Pavin. Pavin.
Well, he was supposed to be in concrete.
Yeah, he was supposed to work in construction. Yeah.
Nice, very red.
That is one of those plays. Also, the Will Smith line drive that was dropped. Those are plays that would have absolutely been made during the losing streak. And Doc said it yesterday. Someone's like, "Hey, do you think on those plays during your losing streak, those plays would have been made?"
It would have been another 2-1 loss.
Yeah, Doc was like, not only that, I think they would have been like really good plays that they made, like diving plays, like that kind of thing. It would have been a 2-1 loss, because that's kind of just the way the ball was rolling at that time. And that's just how baseball works. Sometimes you get the bounces. Sometimes you get the calls, sometimes you don't. And it does seem like, in terms of umpiring, more consistency on our end, which is, during the losing streak, we saw a lot less of that. A lot of really bad called strikes, a lot of really bad calls on Mookie and Max just in general. But sometimes it's just the way the ball bounces, man.
Yep.
And when you're rolling, you're rolling. That's my opinion on that.
So Dodgers are 15-6 at home as of now. 10-12 on the road. Again, a lot of that happened during that bad stretch. But there's just, I mean, I don't know if it's part of it is just the bad luck. Part of it is still battling through the injuries. 4-11 in 1-run games, 1-6 in extra innings. Again, most of those came when they were still trying to find a new identity.
Right.
And that identity was, okay, we not only have lost, people like, Jock and Kike, but we also right now are playing without Cody. Everybody else in the lineup that was there was struggling. Just everything that could go wrong was going to go wrong. Our pets' heads were falling off. It was a rough time,
Hell yeah. Love pets' heads falling off. Anthony said over here on Periscope, and I think this is a good point. He says the Giants series is going to be a really good measuring stick, like just as a series for the Dodgers. Not that the Mariners are bad. Not that the Marlins are bad. Not that the Diamondbacks are bad, but they're bad. So,
yeah, they're pretty bad.
You want to win against good teams. You obviously definitely want to win against bad teams, but you want to win against good teams. I think this is a good chance to kind of see where we're at. We get kind of a, the way we're playing right now, this is the team that we are. Obviously, the pieces are different. The lineup looks a little bit different than it probably should, but I think that this series in San Francisco is going to be give us a really good understanding of who this team actually is and what to expect from them for the rest of the year. Because the Giants are good.
Giants are surprisingly good. Should we dive into the Giants right now? Because I was going to save that for later, but we also got to wait out Gale a little bit.
All right, Giants.
Getting into the Giants.
That's a team.
Why not? Finally, it's almost May. Or sorry, it's almost June.
It's almost May?
It's going to be May. It's almost June, and Dodgers are barely playing the Giants for the first time. I think you said it last on Monday. I don't know who the hell put the schedule together. They were drunk, but here we are.
It was Gale.
Gale is drunk. She's been known to drink. Dodgers, as of now, sit 2.5 games back. Giants won today. They crushed the Reds.
Ooh. It's 18-2.
Are they? Is this a 18 that's for real, or will the clock strike midnight at some point?
Yeah. I mean, I think when Alex Wood is having the season that he's having so far.
Shit, you look at their whole rotation, what they're doing.
All of them. I mean, you got the Anthony, what's his last name? Desclafani.
There's an ERA just
Gausman,
over 2.
You have everybody else on top of that who is having just a ridiculous season that should not be having a ridiculous season.
Cueto, when healthy.
Whatever. Cueto. I just think you look at that and you kind of look at those guys' careers. Those guys are not guys that should be having this much success. So I think that, clock will strike midnight on them at some point this season, but I do think that they have a pretty good run for the first part of the year.
Yeah.
And I think it probably continues through this weekend. I think they are going to be very good this weekend, but eventually I think time runs out on them.
The bats, too. I mean, it looks like just generally there's a lot of, fountain of youth going on up there because you have some guys that are doing some things they usually don't do, and I'm sure the dead ball playing in that pitcher-friendly ballpark does play a role. And their guys have, they're old men in their lineup, so they've always played kind of that different, more old-school line drive type of game of baseball sports. But Buster Posey is one of the best hitters in the game right now. I think he would be the best hitter if he was not a catcher because he would have enough plate appearances to qualify for it, but because he needs some time off because he's an old man, he's not getting it. But Belt's doing, good old Brandon Belt stuff. Brandon Crawford is back after a really rough start.
Brandon Crawford is hitting.
They have some intriguing pieces in the outfield with Slater and what's the guy's name? The old guy, but now he's a young guy. There's Yastrzemski. Is crushing it.
Yeah.
They have other people with names. Longoria is there.
Longoria's hitting the ball.
Yeah, it's. I've talked about it for the last year and a half that they're kind of on that. Don't sleep on Farhan and Gabe Kapler.
Yeah,
because those dudes help put together this really good Dodgers team that we see, and you're seeing the success happening up there in San Francisco now.
Yeah, I think the funny thing is that you look in terms of, I don't know, I guess in terms of the standings, in terms of where they're at, the Dodgers went on a streak where they lost 15 of 20, and they're still 2 games out.
And that's allegedly not good.
And I think that speaks more than anything to the strength of the Dodgers than it does to the weaknesses of other teams. But, I mean, if the Dodgers go on that kind of slide and you can't take advantage of that, I just don't see how you're going to make it the whole year and still win ball games like that. Because, I mean, the pace that the Giants are on is good for what was expected of them. They weren't expected to be a playoff team this year.
They weren't expected to be the best team in baseball right now.
They absolutely were not.
Are by record.
They absolutely were not supposed to be that, but they are right now. And so, again, I think it all comes back to, I think it all falls apart eventually. I don't think they have the pieces to carry them through a year. I don't think the age is good for them in terms of an entire year, especially coming off a 60-game season. And now you're getting a bunch of AARP members in there to hopefully make it through, but I just don't see it happening. I don't even see the Giants finishing in second place, honestly.
Yeah,
the West.
It's definitely rough season in the future for them. They have a bad bullpen. They have no right-handed relief, which luckily you can go and pick that up.
We're terrible against left-handed.
You can go pick that up anywhere. Jake, again, I think I said it on Monday. Jake McGee is their effing closer. One pitch McGee is their closer, and that doesn't spell much success for your future.
But they very well could sweep the Dodgers this weekend. It's that kind of series.
You son of a bitch.
I mean, they're playing like that kind of team right now. And I think that they are going to be very good for the first half of the year. But again, it will fall apart eventually. But the Dodgers are also not playing at their peak potential yet. They also don't have all of their guys back yet. Eventually, they'll get Cody back and they'll get Z-Mac back. I think when you get those two guys back in particular, changes the look of your lineup, changes the everyday look of your roster, changes your defensive positioning, the way you bat guys in the order. It changes everything. And so I look forward to that. I think that's a good way to put that. I would really like players to be healthy.
Yeah, and looking at the rotation, look at the matchups we have coming up. We have some pretty solid stuff. The Dodgers, smartly, looking at how important the series is, pushed Trevor Bauer back. So Bauer is starting game 1. He should have been starting Thursday. That would have been his time in the rotation. But, it's more important to have your best guys going up against the division-leading team. So Bauer goes up against old friend Alex Wood, which is going to be a fun matchup because they're friends. Bauer's the guy who told Wood to go do the driveline stuff, and then drivelines spread around the Dodgers complex a little bit more. I mean, sure, Rob Hill and all them helped, but Saturday you got Walker Buehler going up against, from a source I have, a Giants friend, possibly Nick Tropiano or old friend Scott Kazmir, which is going to be interesting because apparently he's back and alive-ish.
I think we're paying him this year.
Yeah, isn't he still getting like $8 million? $8
million. We're paying him $8 million to possibly pitch on Saturday.
At least some of that money is going to our friend Cooper Searle's wife. That's important.
That's true. If we win, at least we paid $8 million for a win.
Sure, I would. I mean, I'm sure somebody would pay to just win like that. And on Sunday, Julio Urias goes up against Anthony Disclafani, who's having an incredible year. So it should be a fun matchup. We're going to learn a lot about this Dodgers team. We're going to see if they can win on the road, and we're going to see if, I don't know, they can play, air quote, better teams that aren't, the Marlins and the Diamondbacks.
Do you have predictions for this series? Really putting you on the spot here. You never saw that one coming.
There could be 1 wins. There could be 2 wins. There could be 3 wins. You know what? I never do it. I never homer out, even though I'm kind of a homer. I'm going sweep. Oh. I'm going sweepies.
Oh. I am going to go.
And I think Uncle Albert goes yard on Woody.
Oh, I would love that. I was going to say, I think we are going to tear Alex Wood apart.
I hope.
I really believe that in my heart and soul. Obviously, he's a lefty. Obviously, he's having a very good season. And those two things don't combine well for the Dodgers right now, but I really feel it in my bones that we're going to tear him apart. I can also see Scott Kazmir going 8 shutout against us. So it's just, just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, guys.
Henry predicts 2 wins. Henry also said, F the Giants, that's all.
Good
but
call.
that wasn't all because he later predicted 2 wins. So
well, we didn't ask him back then.
Oh, this is a good call. That's a good call. No Mofomo says we have a couple AARP members ourselves. That's right. We added, I think, the founding member with Albert Pujols.
Albert Pujols can't get life insurance anymore. He doesn't qualify.
Josh Gitt says on Facebook says Giants rotation will keep them in it. Doubt they hit like this all season. Yeah, because I don't know how much great. I mean, right now they're they just swept they played well against the Reds. That's what we were supposed to do, but also the Dodgers decided to be absolute dog trash at that particular point.
Dog trash?
Oh, man. Has really Kershaw served up 10 home runs already? Oof.
Has he served up 10 home runs already?
Tiago Paulo on YouTube says the ball is dead and Kershaw already served up 10 home runs.
That sounds right because he gave up a lot of solo. That is not right.
That's not right. Yeah, because he didn't give up any homers. There's like 4 starts. Yeah. Sorry, World Series champion.
He's given up 5 home runs. Relax.
Kershaw.
Relax on the goat. Right. Relax on him. He's in Cy Young conversation somehow.
Anyway, moving on.
He's already started 10 games.
I know. This season going quick.
This 60-game season would be like over now.
Yeah, this would be over. Like, think of how terrible that last season was, but also how great it was.
It was fun. Good time.
Anyways.
Good time had by all.
Moving on, guys. It is time for Throwback Thursdays with Vintage Brand and Gail. I'm going to put this thing on the screen. No, not that one. This one. Boom. Look at that. There's a whole thing. Guys, our friends over at Vintage Brand have over 10,000 unique logos of your favorite professional sports teams and colleges, and a gift for every sports fan. There's Dodger shirts, there's sweatshirts, there's drinkware, there's posters. You guys already know our koozies and the canvases, and there's great things, great artwork, a whole bunch of really cool throwback stuff. Sign up at Vintage Brand today. You can save 40% off your first purchase. Visit vintagebrand.com/site/subscribe, or go onto their site, go in the footer, subscribe in there, let them know that we sent you, and it'll help. If you guys sign up, we get to keep doing this. We get to keep giving away stuff. The whole idea of doing something like this is to get them something positive, and they're not just giving away things for free. So if you sign up, we look better and we look like we're doing our job. So today we're teaming up to give away another one of the canvases. It was a hit last week. Anybody can get one of, pick whatever size canvas and whatever style canvas they want. So we'll do that a little bit. But first we got to pull in Gail, and we got to see if this works right. It might be ready. Oh, it's already ready. Gail, how are you doing?
How are you guys doing?
We're alive, allegedly. I've been told.
We're trying.
I can hear myself talk.
Okay. Well, that might just be a thing for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it might go away. It might not. We'll have to survive.
Well, we're doing this on the fly. I kind of left you hanging all day. I apologize.
It happens.
Big day up here. I finally got my first vaccine dose, and then I worked half the day, and just lots going on. So I apologize, but I'm here now.
You're not supposed to work on the day you get the shot. I think that's the way it goes. Or you're supposed to not take shots at work or something like that. But anyways, Gail, you have a game for us. It's like 20 questions, but it's half 20 questions.
That's right. That's what we'll call it, half 20 questions.
I think that's 10.
There.
It's almost like 10 questions, but you don't play 10 questions. You play 20 questions.
Yeah.
So what is it? We are supposed to – you have a player. You have a player in your head, and we need to ask you questions along with the audience. Guys, you guys are participating.
Yes, please.
We need to guess who the player is, and we're asking you just yes or no questions, or
yes.
How does that work?
So that's pretty close to what I think we're going to do. So the only rules are that this player, just sort of in the spirit of vintage, would have played on the Dodgers from 2016 or earlier.
Okay. That's vintage? Oof. I feel old as shit.
I'm vintage.
Vintage in my... When you're close to 50 like I am, everything suddenly starts turning vintage. So anyway, I've decided 5 years ago or earlier.
Okay.
The person is no longer on the team. So your first guess probably would have been Clayton Kershaw, but it's not Clayton. So... It'll be someone who's no longer on the Dodgers, but was with them 2016 or earlier for 1 season, 2 seasons. That's not relevant. So the first question will be, you guys will ask if it's a position player, a pitcher, or a coach manager. Or a member of the coaching staff. So I will answer that question. Okay. And then the remaining 9 questions will only be yes or no, like questions that I can only answer yes or no to.
All right, and I guess we'll give the canvas away. I don't know how to give it away. I really got to get better at planning ahead for this part of it.
First person who guesses it?
All right, that's what I was figuring. First person who guesses it in the stream.
First person in the chat.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll do my best to keep an eye on it and let you know who comes through first.
Okay, so
respect the decision making, guys, because it's really hard to keep track sometimes.
Yes. All right, so give us the first part. Because you're saying the first part is position player or pitcher or coach. That's what you said, right?
Yes, he's a position player.
That could be anybody. Is it Andre Ethier? Just ruin it immediately.
No.
Okay. And if it was, like I would have hoped you would have changed the name. Okay.
So that's one question.
Was this person an outfielder?
No.
Are they still active?
No.
Oh man, we only have 7 questions left.
Was this person,
guys, help us with questions here,
a catcher?
No.
That means he's an infielder.
Oh, this is oof.
Now I don't have to ask that question.
You can't get anything past Brooke.
Nope. I'm like
did this person
elimination?
Did this person play on the left side of the infield?
Yes.
So we have shortstop or third base. not a Dodger. It's a Casey Blake.
Are you going to use that as one of your?
No,
one of
he's
your
not. He's not going to use
questions?
it.
Oh wait, I guess I could technically do that because I don't know how this exactly
You could start
works.
as long as my answer can be yes or no.
But I also know you're like twisted and kind of a dick, so you would want us to be like you would.
Excuse me.
Yeah, because you want to watch us like struggle. You're not going to make it somebody easy.
I can't be too mean because I believe that maybe in the future you guys might turn it around and ask me 10
That's
questions.
true. This is true,
Or I'll
and I
ask
will give you
or
something
whatever.
very difficult.
We'll flip the switch. Yeah.
Okay, so they're either a shortstop or a third baseman that is no longer active, and what else do we know? They're no longer active, and something else. There's another part that's important.
And they're not Andre Ethier.
They're not Andre Ethier.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
So I guess I stole the Andre Ethier part. People are just giving us names and not saying anything. We got. I'm gonna go with Base Lord. I'm gonna ask Rafael for call.
No.
Oh. So how many do we have left?
Now, did we want to kind of throw a twist in there that I can provide a hint in lieu of, and take away one of your questions, and I will give you a hint?
Yes.
Maybe. Did we want to do that?
We do need that.
No, I'm not there yet.
You're not there yet? I thought we were way
Clint doesn't
past
want
that.
to give a hint.
He just wants to keep guessing names until you say yes.
Is this person considered like among the greatest to ever play the game? I guess we really haven't had any good third baseman or shortstop for a while. I retract my question.
Here's my question. Did this person play with the team after year 2000?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
All right, so we're
cutting it down,
narrowing the bucket. So somewhere between 2000 and 2016, either a third baseman or a shortstop.
I feel like we keep losing track of the questions that we have.
Probably should have written these down.
Maybe we could have made it 20. I think when Clinton and I were talking about it, we thought 20 was too many, but
yeah, and
we could change the rules on the fly here if we want.
If we need to.
Only if you don't get it right.
All right, Anthony wants the hint. Do you want to go with the hint, or you have another question?
No, I want the hint.
All right, Anthony asked for the hint.
You want the hint?
Yes.
Yeah.
This person had a big playoff moment in the 2013 playoffs.
It's one.
It is Uribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, did you have that kind of in the back of your mind?
I was.
With your,
I did say that, and then I took it back. Damn.
After the 2000 part, I was like, it's either one or. Actually, I think I was only like it's one, but I didn't know how to ask the next question.
All right, who was the first one? Because we also had some people who guessed Uribe like super early in here.
Okay.
I see Kevin Guerra who had a Juan Uribe.
I believe this is the first one.
Nicholas. Is that what it was?
Nicholas.
I don't know. Is this part fun for everybody?
Keep scrolling up. It's probably
I'm trying.
Someone said Justin Sellers.
Oh, Louis. I see a Louis with an Uribe. Should we just end there? That looks good.
Above it?
I don't know.
Wow, you guys guessed a lot of people.
There was more. Brewster, Brendan,
Your mom?
Zach, your mom. Is your mom a Hall of Famer? In my heart,
in my
yes.
book, yeah, she won.
No, Austin Meeker's in there. No, we're just saying names. That might be the first.
But you gotta go to the first one.
Nicholas. It is the first one.
Nicholas, Andrew.
Yay.
This is the part where it's good to have a producer in the back that knows the answer, and then they're looking through it. But this is all guerrilla style, you guys. This is only episode 199.
Where's T?
Is this 199?
This is 199. So you're gonna join us on Monday? Are you gonna record us a nice drunk reading?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
See, it would be really good if we had a producer that could like go to all of the friends of the show and be like, "Can you record a little clip for our podcast buddies?" But we don't have a producer.
No,
so
it's really awkward if I do it. You know,
they have to be like, "Can you say something nice to me?"
And we'll all wear our friend of the show shirts. Let's do this.
Gail, how do you think? You've been on with us so many times over the years.
2 times.
Well, I mean, you also go back to the Kevin days. You were on, I think, episode 9 or episode 10.
I think you said 10. Yeah, I didn't realize it was so early in your tenure that I was there with you and Kevin the first time.
What should we do? Monday. Monday is episode 200. What do you think? What do you want to see us do? If you were, throw in throwing money at us and being like dance pigs. What do you want to see us do? How can we celebrate for our lovely friends of the show?
Well, I think we could maybe incorporate the vintage into it somehow, and I could do some Blue Heaven trivia.
No, they're not paying for that.
No?
I do like that idea, though. Blue Heaven trivia.
Thursdays, not
Blue Heaven
Mondays.
trivia.
I don't even know.
Fun. I could go back and
Oof.
rewatch the whole series.
Oh,
I
God.
would
Please don't.
Kevin says, "Bring back Kevin."
bring back Kevin. Hi,
Bring
Kevin.
back Kevin for one episode.
Different Kevin.
But this Kevin
different
wants us to
Kevin.
bring back other Kevin.
Yes.
Take shots on camera. We do that anyways.
Yeah, there might be a Kevin sighting. You never know.
I should.
We could go back and re-listen to some of the pods that like the friends of the show were on, like Dieter, and who else is a friend of the show? Rick, like
just Dieter.
Matt Beatty.
Yeah, Mad Baby.
Yeah.
Whoever the friends of the show are, you tell me. And
We've
then maybe
had a
there'll
lot
be,
of people.
Some fun trivia from some of those episodes. We can talk.
We should bring in Eric Gagne to throw a fastball at me.
I would love for nothing more than that to happen.
That would be a great recording. But he's also so nice that he'd be like, "It's gonna hurt, man."
Are we driving out to Arizona tonight then, just so you can take a fastball to the chest
off the ribs?
Yeah. I hear that helps with the vaccine fog.
Give him some pine tar so he can control it.
Jesus says have the show at the game, but there's no game on Monday.
Have it at the game.
Get Chris Paddock on.
That's pretty good.
Hell yeah!
Good, bring Chris Paddock on. Bring in all your buddies.
Get Chris Paddock, Josh Reddick.
Anthony said bring in some all-star guests. I mean, we already have Gail. You can't get much more all-star than that.
What do you want from us?
All the all-stars we have are Gail and Stripling. Just 2018 nationally
high
all-star.
caliber.
Anyway, we'll figure something out.
I'm not worthy of being in the same conversation as Strip. Come on now.
My people will talk to your people, which is the both of us talking, and
we will talk to each other.
We'll figure something out. But 200 is a lot. We've tried to celebrate different episodes, and whatever. I deserve it. Been doing this shit for 199 of them.
On 500, I'll quit on the show.
You'll down one of those bottles of
the Jim Beam will
Jim Beam.
Oh, can we just
Yeah.
chug them?
You want to drink an entire bottle of Jim Beam?
Why not?
Yeah.
What better way to
Turns
celebrate?
out episode 200 is our last episode.
Hey, what better
I'll
way?
open one up here and we'll go to town together.
I'm telling you, you just end up in the hospital.
Andrew said take 200 shots to celebrate episode 200.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's on the internet, I guess we got to do it now.
Yeah, we've been told.
Yeah, Monday's gonna suck.
So you better be real healed up.
Yeah.
All right. We're not
The
gonna.
final.
We're not gonna steal too
episode.
much more of your time, Gail. We appreciate that.
Oh, yes.
Let's
Gotta
talk.
go get ready for ready to watch a sweep.
Yeah, you get to see
A
David Price.
A bullpen game sweep.
Hey, Price is a starter. You know.
It's happening.
Allegedly.
It's happening.
Anthony says split up 200 shots, and Kevin calls us alcoholics. Hey, alcoholics go to meetings. All right, we are drunks.
It's different.
Proud of it.
Anyways, Gail, thanks
Okay,
for
guys, thank you.
thanks for
Talk
giving
soon.
us
Okay.
our first what are we calling that? That was 10 questions.
half of 20 questions.
Half of
I think
20
that's
questions.
what
The greatest segment that's ever happened by Gail. The greatest segment that's ever happened in the history of the world. I think.
I would agree.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right.
Congrats to everybody who guessed. Most of you were wrong. I'm disappointed.
So before we go, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
I want to get your opinion of the what's that thing called? The Tony La Russa Yerman Mercedes situation that's going on.
I really enjoy it. Really like it.
That's it.
I don't know when it's ever been a good idea in the history of baseball for a manager to throw his players under the bus in front of the media. I also think it's a little funny how Tony La Russa is a big fan of not breaking unwritten rules, but likes to break actual rules like drinking and driving. I think it's interesting how he chooses to do that. If only he adhered to the unwritten rules of to the actual rules and laws of the world like he does to the rules and laws of baseball.
Yeah.
If only, Tony. You know, we can't all be perfect, but some of us are just trash like you. I don't know. It's a bad manager, dude. I really don't think he makes it through the season. I really don't know how you have your star players not like you, and you just continue to go through a whole season.
Such a good, young, talented ball club that has a dude who's 78, was out of the game for 10 years.
Should have just rode off into the sunset,
Very out of touch with everything. And you're going to throw your best player right now under the bus like that. You're just going to throw him out there to the wolves. You're going to tell one of your pitchers, I have an office, you have a locker. I'm just waiting for Tim Anderson to hit a walk-off and see him he's going to have one of his own guys turn and throw at him at shortstop or something like that.
Did you see the thing where Duffy got suspended for throwing behind him the day before, and then somebody was like, Tony La Russa's going to appeal the suspension?
The internet is phenomenal. Cold Froze won the internet, I think, on YouTube. He was riding off into the sunset, but he got pulled over.
He's swerving.
Oh, because, kids.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive.
Pay somebody else to drive.
Unless you're on a golf course. Then I think it's okay.
That's allowed.
This is lessons with FRG. Anyways, all right. That's about it, guys. Baseball happens in a little bit. But also baseball would have already happened. This baseball would have already happened if you're listening to the podcast. So I like doing that. I like screwing with the time.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's good.
I'm all over the place.
Really good thought.
Yeah, guys, we'll see you on Monday for episode 200. If you guys have ideas, thoughts, things you want to see us do, we're probably going to just keep it loose and have some fun. We've been doing this shit for a while. So DM us.
Cocaine.
Yeah. Cocaine off the strippers.
Blackjack.
And strippers off the cocaine. Yeah. I think that's how that works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, guys, find us on the internet at DodgersNation.com. If we still work that, I don't know. I mean, I think we're fine, but still, you never know. Subscribe to this thing. We are what are we? We're Blue Heaven. Subscribe to Blue Heaven on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Pandora, everywhere your podcasts are available. Subscribe there. Why not? Also, subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Hit that notification bell. We'd be thrilled if you did, and you might be happy if you do it.
Yeah, you'll be able to be there for episode 200. A once-in-a-lifetime event. Guys, I'm at BrookMe3. That over there, that's Real FRG. We're on Twitter and Instagram. We are at Dodgers Nation on Twitter, at Official Dodgers Nation on Instagram. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your comments. F. Tony La Russa. Go Dodgers. We'll see you episode 200 on Monday.
Bye.